Alright, got a fun matchup here. We're going to be playing Delial for the chat tournament finals. Very important to remember, no plus wall, so when I make horrible mistakes with this, that's what it'll be about. Also, Midas versus Piggy Man is happening, and that's pretty exciting too. Slightly adjust your screen so you don't have this white line at the top. Alright, so we should probably pay attention to my game. Directionally, I have a 7 to the right, a 7 up, a 6 down, and a 5 to the left. That will matter because he has 3 7s to the right. So he's got 7s to the right, a 7 to the left, 6 up, 5 down. Well, that makes it look like 2 7 6 3 and 1 is potentially strong, but another strong option might be something like 5 6 4 4 and 7, though I guess that is covered. Wishing him best of luck. Alright, so if we played bomb in 1, because we are a simpleton, no plus wall, so we don't have to worry about the imp or the 4 4 5 7. How could he address this? He'd have to address from both sides for me not to be able to just block. So I think the easy thing to do is just check if he has setups in 5. 6 4 5 5 would need a 7 up from 5, doesn't have it. 5 7 5 3 would need a 5 facing up, does not have it on a different card than that one. 3 7 3 6 would need a 10, doesn't have it, obviously. 1 7 5 5 would need a 7, can't have it. 4 4 5 7 needs a 5. 5 7 5 3 suffices. So 5 7 5 3 and 5 sets up in 2. Does it also set up a threat in 4? It does not. So bomb in 1 is my simpleton move. I'm not really... I like directing the game up left. That seems like a direction their hand's a bit uncomfortable in general. I don't think it gives an obvious reply. Any of the kind of 5 7 5 3 or 1 7 5 5 in 2 or 4 is at least a little vulnerable to me. 6 4 5 5 I think gives up a lot of up power that he probably doesn't want to let go of, and I do have ways to attack it. If he goes in 3, I can block 2 with a high number down, and that's going to be tough for him. If he goes in 7, it's a little harder for me to block 4, but it's really hard for him to retake whatever he put in 7 because everything is such high right power. So I'm just going to go simple. And we're going to pop over to the other game. We've had moves. So Midas went first, so we must have seen VV as the corner play, and Piggy met it, as he so often does, with a move in 5, giving multiple setup options. This is a must-win game for Piggy. This is the semifinals consolation match, and Midas won game 1 on Midas's rule set. So Piggy must win this game on second turn. That's a really tough ask. Deli asks if he's allowed to complain that he has too many 7s. Definitely allowed. His hand is not good. Notably, I have never beaten Deli in one of these chat tournaments. So perhaps what we really need is him to have just terrible hands, though that hasn't really helped me in the past. It's possible I just have to play well, but more likely, gotta wait for your opponent to get a bad hand, because Deli is very good. Deli's been incredibly sharp today. I don't know if I'll have a video on his semifinals, because I didn't watch it live or anything, but on move 3, he found an absolutely brilliant win. Not sure which game I should be on, but Turd started in 7. Can you see my cue? No. Turd started in 7. Deli started in 7. Turds played in 3, with the point that Turds was kind of intending to play 2 next, because Deli didn't have good captures in 6. It had a low number facing out, but anything Deli put there was really easily comboed. And Deli just played in 2 himself, and suddenly it was clear turds can't go in 6 either. He can't lock in the card. And actually, it was just a forced win on the spot. It was an incredible move. And it was the only win in the position, says Mr. Solver. Just absolutely brilliant move. And in game 1, Piggy did have a tie that he didn't find, and Deli did find it. So Deli has been very sharp, and you never, you know, you don't want to be facing Deli anyway, but certainly not when he is. But yeah, this is a really bad looking random for Deli. Now, he often makes magic out of things, but we are hoping to obscure. I am sending very rude messages to Deli right now, taunting him. Which is to say, commiserating for his just awful, awful hand. Now, I mean, it has some directional capabilities. The cards just don't play well together, right? All the 7s to the right, especially with plus wall, just make it really hard to recapture itself. So it's just, I think, a really difficult hand to play. In the meantime, over here, Midas has to find a path to safety. He doesn't have to try to win this game. I don't think Piggy has lost any games on his home set. I think he's tied a bunch of games. I think he's won a few. I know he won a bunch in the group stages, but I think in the knockout rounds, it's been pretty safe, but not necessarily has he been able to really push on it. Now, this is exactly the kind of move he wants, right? He has play in 8, Midas doesn't. Midas has nothing for 8. Yeah, I didn't even check if Midas had the squares. Midas has nothing for 6 or 8. So Midas did not do a thorough check of whether there was a 5 setup against his move, because this is now difficult to meet, and it's a card Piggy wanted in 5 anyway, right? 9-6, 9-4 has nice play off it. Yuna can sometimes play off it. 1-8, 9-8 sometimes in 6, though that's not really relevant here. So we'll mostly be staying on this game until it's my turn. You know, this is I think a difficult position to play here for Midas. Just didn't do a very thorough check. Now, there's some argument that Piggy's threats in 6 and 8 are not that great. That, like, if Piggy plays 6-9, 7-7, and 6, Midas can just play 1-8, 9-8, 1-9, 8-9 in 3. And that card locks in 6 and is safe itself against Piggy's hand, right? And if Piggy at some point goes Yuna in 6, that is comboable by Uber, which will also hit 5 and maybe some other cards. And if Piggy goes 9-6, 9-4, and 8, that's pretty easily capturable by A9's, well, I guess not that card, but by something, right? That's a low out facing. So I think Midas wisely, or at least this is a good instinct, forces the action, right? This is the kind of situation you let those linger, that combo hits you much harder later in the game. But if you can force the action, maybe grab some safety yourself, there's potential play. Now, I do think it's possible Midas sort of Uber becomes too critical to Midas, because Uber is the card Midas wants to block 3 with, right? 1-9, 8-9, and 3 locks in 6. But it's also the card that covers Yuna in 8. So the first thing I'd check if I'm Piggy is I would try to run Uber out of squares. So I would start, the first move I would consider would be Yuna in 8, with the point that either way of forcing Uber out of my opponent's hand seems favorable. And I'm not sure it does much. Like, it probably just leads to a tie. You know, some line like Yuna 8, Uber 7, Vossler. That might win. Vossler 4, because that flips Emmy as well. So you're up 7-3. I was thinking the tie was a9, 6-4, and 3, but you're up 7-3, not 6-4. Piggy has some pressure here. We'll see if Piggy can convert. In the meantime, I have to make a move. So my game has gone 2-7, 6-3, and 1, 3-7, 3-6, and 6. This is going to be a really critical move. I should probably focus up. Now, their many 7s to the right means... Did they give up any critical power? Not really, right? Not really. Could play 5. Need to make sure if I play 5, I do not set them up. No card I can play in 5 fail. None of the cards I could put in 5 do not set them up for 1 of 2 or 4. All of them give them at least one of those squares. And that's probably not something I want. I think this is a good move. If I go somewhere like 4, he has easy safety in 7. I don't really have a good option in 5. It's hard to have a good option in 9 when he has so many captures, and I don't really have combo play against either of them. I do have combo play against cards in 2. What if I go in 3? If I go in 3 with, say, 7-1-5-5, and they go in 2, the only way they can capture... Or let's even do it with one of the... Not sure which card to do it. But my point is 5-4-6-3 covers both the captures, though I do surrender... The combo in 2 does flip 1, and I don't have that at the end. He can also go 9 in response to 3. If I go 7-1-5-5-3, he can go 4-4-5-7 in 9. I presumably go 2 there. I'm not sure if I'm winning there, or if it's a tie. It's probably a tie. So Marlboro in 3, 4-4-5-7 and 9. I go, say, 5-4-6-3 and 2. They've used 4-4-5-7, so they have no captures in the position. They have to put something on the board, and anything they put down, I probably have some attack against. So that's not even true. 5-7, 5-3, and 7 is actually safe to my remaining hand there. Yeah, that's weird. Hmm. 5-7, 5-3-7. Yeah, I don't think I have anything there. So I think 3 is a decent idea, but probably not real pressure. I don't think 2 does much. It just gives them 3 for free. Gosh darn it. I think Deli's found a good move. The other worry with 7-1-5-5 and 3, which I should probably check more thoroughly, is if they go 1-7-5-5 and 2, and I take the combo in 5, I am up 6-4. But they do have that card in 1, and I have no attack on it, because I have 6-5-4-4 and 5-6-4-4 left, which are not great cards. It does mean I have anything in 9 there covered. And I have pretty good play, I think. Maybe I don't have good play if they just go 4 there. If they go 4 not using 6-4-5-5, then because there's a 6 facing down from 5 with 5-4-6-3, I can't put either card in 9. And my capture in 7, if they have a 5 facing down, is 6-5-4-4. They have the same on that too. So I have to use 5-6-4-4, which doesn't take. He takes. I actually have no captures at the end. That could actually be losing. That's wild. Yeah, that could be losing. Oh man, well now I'm low on time and things are looking a lot worse than they were. Huh. So I think I have to get one of the 6544 nonsense cards out of my hand then. But how? Where do they go? I think 3 really has a problem against 2. Oh no, now I'm low on time. God, I hate playing Deli. So confusing. I just don't have a square to just drop a card comfortably, right? Alright, gotta quiet down for a sec. Okay. My thought is this move probably doesn't lose. That's my main thought. I don't really have a great justification of that. Yeah. The moves I want to work just never work for Deli. Let's check in on the other game. Did we get a move? We did. Yeah, I don't like my move at all here. Very much we're moving into, like, pray to find a tie territory, you know? Which is obviously not really a spot you ever want to be in when you had a great spot early on. I just didn't see anything. Deli is so good at messing with my head specifically. Yeah. So, a lot of options here. Deli can go 8, Deli can go 3. Other moves probably not so scary. But those are a serious problem. I'm now hoping to get out of this game with a tie, which is just ridiculous after, you know, a safe corner starter where they have a bad hand. Like, this should never be the case. But my calculation went real fuzzy there, and I couldn't get the moves I wanted to work. Now, probably I missed something there and that wasn't losing for me, but I really got spooked by 71553, 17552, 54635, something, probably 57534. Really got spooked by that position. Thought I was lost there. Because I've got these 2 redundant cards, 6544 and 5644. If either goes in 9, they have the same in 8 with 6455, and I only have a single capture in 7, so their combo puts them up enough. If I start in 7, if I don't capture, if I do capture, they combo back because they have the same. If I don't capture, they just take with 4, 4, 5, 7, and 8. And that 4 to the right, I can't take on the last turn. I overpower 6, but 6 was already mine in that line. So I really feel like that line was losing. And Deli is very sharp, so I don't feel I would have gotten away with it. So now the question is, will I get away with this? So, indeed, Midas did have trouble with Uber being needed in 2 squares, and tried to get a different card out of his hand. This gives Piggy time to consolidate in 7, but is it enough to get the win? Alright, because it's easy to think like Piggy plays 9, 6, 9, 4, and 7. Midas goes 6, 9, A2, and 4. Midas is now up 6, 4. Piggy has a double capture in 2. It's enough to go up 6, 4, but it is not enough to win. So is there a winning idea for Piggy? Really hard to think he can go somewhere other than 7 and have any chance at a win. Because if he leaves that open, you know, if he plays in 2 or something, Midas just plays in 1, right? And because then Piggy has to block 7 even more, Midas will get at least 1 capture from 4, or whatever other square. So, yeah. Oh. Man. Really letting this potential big advantage against Deli go, I think, is a real shame. Like, even if I tie this game, if I lose this game, that's just unbelievable disaster and very possible here. But if I tie this game, it's also like I shouldn't be sneaking out a tie with a much better hand and an obviously good starter. So that would be kind of sad too. Now, why did I use 5, 6, 4, 4? It would have been nice to be able to cover those 5s to the left. I think I should have used 6, 5, 4, 4. I was panicking and thinking I want to be able to take those 5s going down, but I have another card that can do that and nothing that can take stuff to the right. So this was just very messy play. We'll move off it quickly and pretend it's not happening, but it does look like despite a much better hand, there is a chance I will just be going out here. Deli's very tough for me. Gotta remember no plus wall. Could be a saving grace. I'm guessing at this point, this game looks like a tie. I'm gonna guess Deli goes in 3 rather than 8. And then I will likely go in 2. But I could also go in 8. Not sure with maybe 7, 1, 5, 5, and 8. Alright. Piggy does the less obvious move here, because lower out facing, but also has its logic. This is just a tie, though. Yeah, this is just a tie. Any card in 4. You know, Midas could look for more, but he just needs a tie, I think, to win the matchup. So I think this is Midas grabbing 3rd place in Yevon's Champions League. And Deli goes creative. This is a move we had mentioned as possible in a different line early on. And it is scary. But how scary? If I go something like 6, 5, 4, 4, and 4, I don't take anything. But any move they play in 8, they go up maximally 6, 4. If they go 6, 4, 5, 5 there, they don't take anything, but I'm not too worried about that, specifically because they don't take anything. No, I have to be specific here. Okay, 6, 5, 4, 4, and 4. I can't just like hand wave cards because which they have left determines what they can combo. If they go 6, 4, 5, 5 in 8, I am up 6, 4. Either of my cards in 5, they can combo. They can. But I think I can play... I think I can play 7, 5, 5, 1 in 3 there. Yeah, that works. Okay, so I'm not scared of 6, 4, 5, 5, 8. It was the least likely one to be scared of. If they go 4, 4, 5, 7, I can take it with 5, 4, 6, 3, and I will be up 6-4, and that's going to be a tie. And most scarily, if they go 1, 7, 5, 5, and 8, it is 5, 5. Either of my cards in 5 is still comboed. Can I still go 3? No, I cannot. Okay. So if I go 4, 1, 7, 5, 5, and 8 is the problem. That's a big problem. Okay. If I go 8, say I go 8 with 6, 5, 4, 4, that is at least safe. If they go in 4, which card in 4? That's interesting. Because if they use 4, 4, 5, 7, it's 5, 5, but I can play 5, 4, 6, 3, and 5. No, that loses. Shoot. It's 5, 5. Ah, that 6, 4, 5, 5 is a big problem. All right, I don't think I can go in 8. Can I go in 5? I haven't really looked for setups, but something like 7, 1, 5, 5, and 5 actually has some decent setup power. Seven, 1, 5, 5, and 5. If they go 8, let's not care about which card right now. If they go in 8, and I play 5, 4, 6, 3 in 3, I'm going to at least have 3 and 6. And my last move will either add 1 and 5, or it will add from 1 and 5. It will add 1 and 5 from either square. Did they have a way to never flip 5? Because if they do, I can still lose there. So I go 7, 1, 5, 5, 5. They go 1, 7, 5, 5, 8. That's a problem again. I go 5, 4, 6, 3, 3. And they can go 4, 4, 5, 7 in 2. And I lose. Right? Yeah. I start in 3. Really like to start in 5. Oh, I think I've lost again. Gosh darn it. What was the problem with 6, 5, 4, 4, and 8? They go in 4 with 1, 7, 5, 5, maybe? Or 4, 4, 5, 7? No, not that. 1, 7, 5, 5. Is that really a loss? I go in 8, 6, 5, 4, 4. They go 1, 7, 5, 5, and 4. They didn't take anything, so I'm still up 6, 4. I go 7, 1, 5, 5 in 5. They have the plus, but I just need 1 capture at the end. No, so I go 5, 4, 6, 3 in 5. That actually flips 4, which doesn't actually matter. I go up 7, 3. They have a triple capture in 2, but I only need the 1 capture at the end. So 6, 5, 4, 4 in 8. Is it enough? At this point, I probably just have to hope it is. The other problem is they could go 6, 4, 5, 5, and 4. It's 5, 5. But if that card's out of their hand, I think I can go 7, 1, 5, 5 in 3. So I don't remember why this doesn't work, but it probably doesn't. Let's check in on the other game. It has finished. The last moves must have been 9, 6, 9, 4, and 2. 1, 9, 8, 9, and 1. 6, 9, 7, 7 remaining. Interesting that Midas used a double rare hand here. And I think congrats to Midas for grabbing 3rd place. Sorry, just putting in the hands for that. For the database. And final score, 5-5. Yeah, congrats to Midas for grabbing 3rd place. I will be playing my finals sometime in the near future for that one. So we can close this window, back to this one. I may have survived. God, what a nightmare. At this point, I'm feeling like I've survived and I don't want my brain to work anymore. So I'm just going to wait for a move. So, yeah, Midas says after 8, he was unit and 8, he was sweating bullets. Yeah, it was a tough position. And he survived it nicely, found a way to do something useful that didn't involve using Uber immediately. Because Uber was clearly the critical card in the hand. And I thought Pigs did a nice job of playing against it. And so Midas survived well. Pigs is always great sport. Good games was a lot of fun. I will not be saying that when Deli beats me. I'll be going grumble, grumble. You know. Man, how did this game turn out so bad? That's my question. Maybe they can go 3 here. I didn't really check that. Oh, God. Just 3? No, then I have 7155 in 2, and I create the threat against 6. So that should be okay. Because even if they combo me really hard in 5 with 6455, I combo back hard in 4 there. So should be okay, but I don't know. Now it's Deli's turn to think. He thinks he might have gotten too cute, but that's okay. So he was pointing out 1, 7, 5, 5, and 8 against 5, and he thinks that was a very complicated tie. But I thought that was a win for him, so maybe I was missing something. After 7, 1, 5, 5, and 5, I mean, if I went 7, 1, 5, 5, and 5, he saw 1, 7, 5, 5, and 8, which I think was the best move, and I thought that won for him. He says it was a tie for the same reason this is a tie, so I probably missed something there, but I thought I didn't survive there. We can check after. But certainly looks like we should be trusting Deli's evaluations over mine at the moment. He is playing really phenomenal triple triad today. You know, played a brilliant win versus Turds. Saw a very nice tie for Piggy versus Midas that was missed by Piggy, and Piggy is, of course, a transcendent player, and now took a horrible hand against me and immediately outplayed me. My one potential reason to take some solace from this game, it is possible sometimes these no plus wall rule sets turn out to be second turn favored. I don't think this is likely, but you always want to tell yourself the thing that like makes you feel best going into the next game. So what I'm going to say is this was a second turn favored set. I had a weirdly difficult decision on move 3 where I correctly avoided a tempting but bad looking line and scraped out a tie. If we don't lose this game, that's my narrative. That's what I'm telling myself. And, you know, hopefully I kind of believe it. But rough game. 6, 4, 5, 5 in 4. What were we doing here? I think... I mean, the idea was 7, 1, 5, 5, and 3, because 4, 4, 5, 7, and 5 is the big threat, but 5, 4, 6, 3, and 2 covers it just well enough, you know? Just well enough. So 7, 1, 5, 5, 3. 5, 4, 6, 3, as we know from very early on, from like the first line I checked, is covers 1, 7, 5, 5, and 2. If 4, 4, 5, 7, and 2, he doesn't take anything, so I win. If 4, 4, 5, 7, and 5, I combo just enough stuff to win, I think. I mean, to tie. Yeah, because they get the card in 6, actually, not me. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 5, and 4. That's a tie. And 1, 7, 5, 5, and 5. They go up 6, 4. I have the recapture. That's all we need. So we're going to be playing 7, 1, 5, 5, and 3. Gonna just double check one more time because this is the game that did not click for me. All right, they don't go in 2. 2 does lose for them. They go in 5 with, I think, either move ties. 1, 7, 5, 5 is a single capture. No more. I have a single capture. That's all I need. It's 5, 5. And if they go 4, 4, 5, 7, and 5, that flips the whole board. They're up 8 to 2, or everything but 3. And I'm going to flip back 1. I'm going to flip back 5. I'm going to flip back 4. That's 3 cards. That's 5, 5. Alright, he now thinks that the line I thought was a win for me was a win for him was a win for him. So at least I saw something. So that was, of course... No, we're not doing the narrative of we had a great hand, he had a bad hand, and we got absolutely slaughtered. The narrative is he had a huge hand advantage, basically on virtue of being second turn, and, we were the ones who had to brilliantly survive this onslaught, right? Not him. Because that onslaught turned around real quick. Very good move in 4. I wonder, is my move in 9 that terrible? Or was it actually just a really weirdly tough situation where he found a brilliant move in 6? Just putting in the moves. Ooh, rough game. Always good to survive the nightmare games, but this is just not a game that should have been a nightmare game, you know? What was the move order for 1, 6, 9, 7? This really cute move. 8, 4, 3, 5, 2. Whew. And he does go for the style points finish, and we have a tie game 1. Not an encouraging start. Let's put up another. If we survive another game, this will be my last game of the day, I think. And there's a fun game going on in the meantime, but I guess we won't watch. There's a Piggy Man Doom Train game. I'm gonna tell deep secrets about Deli to the world. He's making cupcakes. I know, dastardly. Maybe we should pop over to the other game then. Take a peek. I don't want to be distracted by another game this time, though. I feel like I should have paid more attention. It's really easy when you... When someone has a very good record against you to not want to spend more time suffering than you have to, and thus look for reasons to not pay quite as much attention as you should. And I think I am sometimes guilty of that. This does not mean I think, like, Delial just has me beat or something like that, but he has been a very tough matchup. I think he is just clearly my hardest opponent on the site. I expect to start getting wins against him at some point, but it is a very difficult game, and I'm going to try to bring a higher focus level this time. So, who's first turn? Piggy Man's first turn. Piggy Man has a very awkward hand, kind of all side to sides and up downs, versus multiple corners that might be difficult to deal with. On the other hand, there are some tools to deal with them. But tricky to find a starter on a hand like this, right? The sides to sides, you really want to get one out of your hand if you can, but they don't click that well. Like 4, 7, 2, 8 in either 4 or 6 is not particularly comfortable. 4, 7, 2, 8 in like 2 or 8 is kind of ridiculous because it makes an up-down hand when your hand is left-right. Dropping it in a corner might be okay, but can come tricky. You know, I might play 4, 7, 2, 8 and 1 here. All right, our game has been taken. We have first turn again, and which we think is a huge disadvantage, as we established by the fact that I struggled last game, not because it's actually a disadvantage. And what do we got? 6, 2, 7, 2 in 2 doesn't really make sense. What's his directions? No, I'm the hand on the right. Cool. Okay, I got confused. I thought it was the left hand. Also a 6, 2, 7, 2. All right. 7 down, 7 right, 6 up, 4 left. We'll wish him best of luck in the chat. And so we see a left weakness. Remember, no plus wall. Therefore, I highlighted the wrong things. Highlighted too much that time. 7, 5, 4, 3. Again, we have a safe starter. Does that mean anything versus Deli? So again, we check the 5 setups. 6, 4, 6, 3 would need a 2 facing down to have a threat in 8. He doesn't have it. 5, 7, 4, 4 would need a 4 facing down. He doesn't have it. 6, 2, 7, 2 would need a 1. He doesn't have it. 5, 6, 6, 1 would need a 1. He doesn't have it. 6, 2, 7, 4 would need a 3. He doesn't have it. So we got a safe corner. We're unlikely, I mean, we don't have any other safe corners, right? That's our safe corner, and it is safe to setups. And unlike last game, if he hits us with like 6, 2, 7, 2, and 2, trying to get rid of one of the up-downs, we do have safety next to it, which we did not have last time. And that was one of the things that made it, I thought, really tricky for me to play. So we're probably just going to go simple. You know, something like 5, 3, 6, 6, and 3 looks okay. Threatening to play in 2 next turn. But I think I want to go 7. If they go something like 6, 2, 7, 2, and 5, I block 4. And that's going to be vulnerable to 6, 2, 7, 4, but that in turn will be vulnerable to my hand. I do have very little right power, so I might be walking into a good play in either 6 or 3, more likely 3. Probably not 9, because it's easy for me to block 8 pretty comfortably, I think. A lot of 2s to the right in my hand. There is some argument for for holding on to them, because I do think the game plan, if he goes on the right side of the board, makes it hard for me to attack his stuff, right? Because one of the things about having a right weakness, right, is if the cards are on the right side of the board, I can still take them one way, but it's hard for me to retake the cards I took with, right? Like if I go in 7 and he goes in 3 and I take from 6, and he goes in like 9 or something, right? It's suddenly hard for me to retake 6 if needed. So that can be tricky. So maybe it's a good card I should just hold on to. Where am I scared of him playing? Nothing really jumps out as all that immediately scary. Like, must be covered quickly, right? We went 7, 2, 5, 5, and 9. Doesn't really do much. Is there any reason to do a weak corner? Probably in 1. Like 7, 3, 5, 3. Nah, let's just go to the safe corner. Make him find the right word defense. So might get in some randoms versus Piggy today, which would be fun. Glad to see Piggy playing games. We can hop over to his game. Because always fun to watch Piggy Man go. Looks like he started with 3, 8, 4, 9, and 7, which was getting rid of one of the side-to-sides. Doom Train took immediately, and Piggy took back from 1, and seems to have a decent blockade here. This looks like a promising position there. In the meantime, back on our game, I have started with the boring corner. There's a game I remember from way back when that was also on a low-level set, possibly without plus wall. But there was a corner card starting that Deli was just completely safe with. You know, there was no setup, there was no anything. And he thinks for all his time, because he's wont to do that, and then starts some other card in the opposite corner. And I sort of thought, like, but you had safety. But it was the case that that card was going to be dominant whenever he played it, right? The fact that it could never be touched meant it was going to dominate everywhere. Here, this card a little less dominant because its 7 doesn't actually overpower their whole hand. Its 5 does, but there was a good argument for if you hold this card and direct the game favorably, it's going to be very good. I just didn't find a way to do it that I liked. Actually, maybe I sort of discarded this because I was thinking I was his hand and I saw it didn't work as a starter for him. 6, 2, 7, 2, and 2 with 5, 3, 6, 6 recapturing is not my favorite way to start a game, but it's a reasonable way to start a game that did keep hold of a really valuable card, 7, 5, 4, 3, and it's hard for him to have setups. Like, if he doesn't have something that at some point goes in 4 or 6, it's hard for him to play an L. So that might have been a better way to play it, actually. I should have considered that. We're not... Yeah, I'm not sure. Deli is, in the comments, displeased with this position, as he has every right to be, because he's once again gotten a difficult hand. But I think he can just stick something on the right side of the board and honestly not worry too much. Like, 6, 2, 7, 4 is at least temporarily safe to my hand. and I don't really have setups against it. So like something like that's probably fine, right? You know, 5, 3, 6, 3, and 5 sets up one way, but not the other. So I'd expect 6, 2, 7, 4, and 3. After which I'd probably go in for 8. Probably 8. It's harder for him to have safety in 9 than it is to have safety in 1. And that's sort of the half square I'm giving up. And 8 with an eye to not giving him a big setup in 6 for 5. But I don't think I'm going to have any winning chances there. Alright, we have more moves in the Piggy game, which we're trying not to get too distracted by. Piggy has successfully gotten every single side-to-side out of his hand in the first 3 turns. That's nicely done, just from like a kind of theoretical perspective on the game. Of you see, here are cards that aren't going to play well, and he has successfully used all of them the early turns and left himself with, hopefully, better cards for the late game. Looks like a tie, though. I think Doom Train has also probably played this game quite well. Doom Train's been good recently. He won a chat tournament. He had some bad results after, I'm forgetting what, but he won a recent chat tournament, made, I think, the finals of another in a tough field. I think he had a top 4 in a GB. Doomy's playing really good Triple Triad. Not that he like normally doesn't, but Doomy's playing well. I think we're in a strong phase of Doom Train. This is good, though. This is good. If we don't have another game to watch, we have less excuses not to think about our own game. So we're going to move off that. We're going to close this window so I can't watch other games. And we're gonna play our game. He does not go in 3. He does go on the right side of the board, but in a way I can interact with. So his point is, if I go 7, 3, 5, 3, and 8, he's specifically going 6, 2, 7, 4 in 6. And that creates a big threat in 5. And it does, I agree. He also created a threat in 8, so it's hard for me to leave that alone. If I start with 6, 2, 7, 2 in 8, he can go 6, 2, 7, 4, and 5 immediately, I think. Yeah. And potentially create problems. Yeah, my hand could use some right power, you know? It's almost like it was a big concession to use it. Okay, so what's our main line? 7, 3, 5, 3, and 8. I think they're pretty locked into going 6, 2, 7, 4, and 6. I block 5, 7, 2, 5, 5, say. It's 5, 5. They make a capture. They could start by going in 3. If they do, I can play 5, 3, 6, 3 in 2, and 6, 2, 7, 2 is enough of an up-down sweeper for me to tie. Notice how quickly we're moving to, I'm trying to tie, not win. I think he has found a good L. And if they go in, he goes in 6, I go in 5, he goes in 4, he can take that a couple different ways. But either any of the captures have a 5 or 6 up. The 6 up's is the bigger problem. No, the 6 up doesn't capture. Okay. So the 5, likely with a 5 up, that's going to put him up 6-4. And then I can play, let's say he does it with 5-6-6-1. That keeps a the 7 to the right. Do I have a tie there? I'm down 6-4. If I go 5-3-6-6 in 1, they can take with a 7 to the right. They'll be up 6-4, but I take one thing at the end. 6-2-7-2 will take one thing at the end. So I think I do have a tie there. So I can go 8, and I think I get a tie. I can also same an 8 with 7-2-5-5. Slightly different. Get a different card out of my hand. I'm not sure what it gets me. I think I'd rather have the 7-2-5-5 as a blocker for 5 than the 7-3-5-3. Because it's 5 to the left makes it them not have a way to get 6-4-6-3 out of their hand in 4. And if they do, then my 6-2-7-2 gets overworked, and my 5-3-6-3 has no captures. Because it in 3 cannot capture 6, and if it also can't capture 4, it ends up being kind of a dead card and a pretty serious problem. So I think 7-3-5-3-8 is the very logical move. I think 6-2-7-2 in 8 just concedes 5, and I don't know why I'd want to concede that. Same with 5-3-6-3. So I think we kind of got to go 7-3-5-3, and Deli has made problems again. One other potential idea I have is if he goes 6-2-7-4 and 6, I can potentially play 6-2-7-2 and 3. With the point that 5-7-4-4 and 5, I now have a combo back in 2. So I do have a potential backup tool that he has to worry about. So maybe he has to be a little careful here. That's the aspiration. So, yeah. Current idea is if he goes 6-2-7-4 in 6, which seems kind of forced, maybe I can go 6-2-7-2 in 3. I will be up 6-4. If they go in 2, I can then play 7-2-5-5 in 5. I will still be up 6-4. 5-3-6-6 can sweep anything they could put in 4, but I guess they can probably go 1 at the end there. So even that, I'm just hoping like that's kind of a scary enough line that it freaks him out and moves him to something else, but I think even that is just nothing, you know? Like 6-2-7-4-6, 6-2-7-2-3, 6-4-6-3-2. Do I have anything? Doubt it. Yeah, I think that's just a tie. And I don't think there's many alternatives to going 6, so it's not like I can trick him off it some other way. Don't have any setups in 2. 4 might be able to tie, but is probably not going to be any better than 5 in this situation. They have a threat in 5, so leaving 5 open, usually, you know, I need to immediately play against it. I don't see the point of 1. 1 would only make sense to me if it set up a threat against 5, and I don't see a good way to do so. So therefore, I think, yeah, he's already picked up the card to go 6, and I intend to meet this in 3 or 5. And probably won't spend too long on anything else. I think he found a very nice L here. And I wasn't worried about 9 because I thought I had the good block in 8. But he saw, the step further, which you often do when it's, you to move. You're a move ahead where you start your thinking. That he has a nice setup in 6 and should have a decent game. I do think 6, 2, 7, 2, and 3 is kind of the only thing he can be worrying about. But I think it's fine for him. I think 6, 4, 6, 3, 2 is a sufficient reply, and I should be careful that he doesn't have something better than that. He's thinking, as he does. Long we've been going an hour. Sorry for the long video, but it's a tough match. It's a very good player. Always hard to win with no plus wall. The fewer rules there are, the harder it is in general to find winning margins. Though with combo still on, very possible. But that's how I survived the first game essentially, right? Got lucky in that regard. That the margin to be outplayed and still be okay was generous. Because I did not have that one safely the whole way or anything close to that. So we're still hoping. I think the winning chance, right, is he thinks 3 is really strong against 6, freaks out, and tries to find something else. Which I think is doable, right? I think we all do that. Last game, I thought 8 didn't work, freaked out, tried to find something else, and only came back to 8 at the very end. And so I think this is very easy to do. And if you're unlucky on your time management... Alright, so we didn't get lucky here. I'd already written down this is his move. So okay, we got 2 main moves. 7, 2, 5, 5, and 5. If they go in 3, that's just safe, I'm going to play 5, 3, 6, 6, and 2. And 6, 2, 7, 2 will be sufficient up-down to get me a tie. If they go in 4, they can either take or not take. If they don't take, it is still 5, 5, and at worst, I can play 5, 3, 6, 6, and 2, and 6, 2, 7, 2 is guaranteed a capture, getting me a tie. If they do take, they will have a 5 facing up, and I can play 5, 3, 6, 6 in 1, and either they go 3 and I have no captures, but they didn't capture either, or they go 2, they capture one thing, I capture one thing, we have a tie. So I believe this is 7, 2, 5, 5 in 5 is just a tie. Do they have some miraculous setup in 1? No, they don't. So, okay, that's just a tie. So 6, 2, 7, 2 is the more appealing move. 6, 2, 7, 2 has the point that if they go 5, 7, 4, 4, and 5, they lose, I believe lose, to 7, 2, 5, 5, and 2. But they do not have to go 5. If they put a different card in 5, the 5, 6, 6, 1 loses for the same reason. The 6, 4, 6, 3 does not take anything. That would be a very strange move. And does lose to 5, 3, 6, 6, and 2. So they can't go in 5. If they were to go in 4, I think I just win against that. Yeah. If they were to go in 1, could they do something very annoying in 1? Is there any chance? 5, 6, 6, 1 in 1 sets up a threat in 4. I'm forgetting which cards are in my hand. Jesus. Okay, 6, 2, 7, 2 in 3, 5, 6, 6, 1 in 1. Could this be a problem? I'm up 6, 4. If I go 5, 3, 6, 6 in 4, then I have combos on any card they land in 5. But that still only ties, actually. Does it? I think that wins. That does win. Okay. If they go in 5, and if they go in 2, I win. So 1, okay, 1 doesn't work. Just making sure of everything, you know. I have the time. And if he goes in 2, going to be slight differences depending which card he puts there. I'm going in 3. The line we're looking at is 6, 2, 7, 2, and 3. If 6, 4, 6, 3 in 2, I think it's just a tie. I think I play 7, 2, 5, 5, and 5. I'm up 6, 4, but they can block 1 with exactly 5, 6, 6, 1. If they start with 5, 6, 6, 1, then they can block 1 with 6, 4, 6, 3. Okay. Just making sure this doesn't lose in some weird line, because it's what I'm going to play, I think, but I don't want to randomly chuck something I should have obviously checked. I could just play 5, of course, if I was all that worried, right? Because I am much more confident that 5 doesn't have a hole somewhere. Let's look at 5 again. Is there anything interesting about 5? If they go in 3, I go in 2. The score is 5, 5. 6, 2, 7, 2 is a sweeper that controls their whole hand, and they have no double captures, so it's going to tie. If I go in 5, there's no reason they'd go in 2. If they went in 1, they'd need to have a setup in 2. They do not have one. And if they go in 4 with the 6 up, they don't capture. I can go 2. If they go in 4 with a 5 up, I can just take it. They'll be up 6, 4. I will take it. It will be 5, 5. I will take it with 5, 3, 6, 6. They cannot combo that. They can take it, but I have a capture at the end. Yeah, I'm just going to do the simple one. No style. All right, interesting games. Clearly quite easy to land with pretty big directional weaknesses. We saw that in both hands this game. I probably should have held on to the 7-5-4-3 in this one. I think I'd have had a better chance to apply pressure. Yeah, reasonable games against a good opponent. Obviously, I was outplayed overall, but not by enough to lose, and that's very important. So our plan was 5, 3, 6, 6, and 2. I see no reason to deviate. Obviously, if plus wall was on, this move would, I guess, still work, because 5, 6, 6, 1, I'd have the plus wall back. But it ain't. Just making sure of things because, you know, why not? And well played to Delial. I think he clearly had the better of this opening salvo from both of us. But we'll see how it goes next time. And hope you enjoyed getting the Piggy games on the side. Still have yet to beat Deli in one of these. It's been a long time. I think he has 4 wins against me, maybe 3, 3 or 4, in these chat tournaments. So yeah, Deli's a fantastic player and playing very well today. I hope I do make a video of the Turds game, because his win in that game was just, so early to lock up the game against reasonable looking play. The kind of win I would not have found, right? The kind of move where like this is perfect, really high level play that would be really easy not to find. And just, yeah, tremendous play by him. So, okay, I guess we'll wrap up this video. See you next time.